What's up, y'all? Make sure I hit everything that I want to talk about. We're going to open up these notes, okay? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Be the Villian podcast, where we take real life issues and correlate them with God and spirituality. I am your host, Danielle Grace, and in today's... Okay, I always do this. Let's backtrack. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. No episode last week. I know. There wasn't an episode last week. I don't have an excuse for y'all. And I'm so sorry. But what I am doing right now is I'm recording 3 podcast episodes in one sitting, so that I don't have any that doesn't happen again. I think I really enjoy being on camera. I feel like it just hits a bit better. Y'all seeing my face. I mean, I know a lot of you guys listen to me on Spotify, Apple Music. Like, I look at my analytics, you guys. So majority of my listeners are on like podcast streaming audio, like Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, all those other stuff. But I like to show up for YouTube. Like, I think it's more so a me thing. And I didn't really feel like it last week. I know I could have recorded audio only. So I think, just to be fair on me, at least one episode a month is going to be audio only, just to kind of give myself a break so that I'm still showing up. But I don't feel that pressure to, show up on camera as well. Not that there's an issue with that. As of right now, because it is a one-person team, you guys, and editing with video and audio, it takes way more time than just editing audio only. So just to give myself a little break, we're going to do audio only for one episode a month. So now that I got that mouthful out of my mouth, let's hop into the episode. We're going to be talking about when you rush to the finish line just to end up in last place. Now, I mentioned finish line. I'm talking about the imaginary finish line that everybody is racing to. Where is it? Don't know. And that's the thing. Like, there is no finish line because everybody's journey and path is just so different. So just the simple feeling of, not even simple feeling, the exhausting feeling of constantly having that feeling that you should be farther in life than where you are right now at this moment. Why that happens is because you're so stuck on what's happening in the future that by the time you snap back into quote unquote reality and where you are right now, you can't comprehend what's happening because you're just like, oh, I just know I should be way farther than where I am. I just know this is just not where I'm meant to be. So you pull yourself down when you start getting to that realization rather than acting on what you should be doing. One reason I think this happens is because we're constantly consuming content of people living out the dreams, our dreams, or the lifestyle and the career path that we want to live, we want to work towards. And where we slip up is, we're looking at them, we're seeing, oh, they're pushing out this content, they're doing this, that, and the third. They're just going out and having a ball, exactly what I want to do. I just want to be free, living my life. But we don't really understand the amount of effort it takes to get there and the amount of discipline it takes to get there and to be where they are at the moment. And it's not even the fact of wanting to trade places with them. I mean, granted, yes, you do want to have that fun, bubbly lifestyle and free lifestyle that you're seeing, but it's not even the fact that you want to trade places with them. It's more so that you want that for yourself as well, especially when it comes to looking at content that other people are putting out and they're doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Like, I'm looking at other podcasters. They are speaking at different types of motivational speaking events and just their podcast episodes are doing great. And I'm just like, I'm not really like this, but I'm just like, oh gosh, like why isn't my podcast doing as well as theirs? I'm posting consistently, mind you, this is only like my 4th or 5th episode, like expecting the fast results. Now, I'm not expecting fast results. There's been other projects in the past where I've been expecting fast results, but as far as podcasting, it's much more of an intimate type of skill that I am building, so I'm not in a rush to build. It's not even the fact that I'm in a rush to build my platform. It's the fact that I want quality more than quantity. And I just want to make sure that I'm giving out quality information and quality content rather than nothing, like BS, if that makes sense. And a lot of times with creators, you don't see everything. Not even a lot of times, every time. I guarantee you there's not a creator in this world. I mean, maybe I'm going to take that back. There aren't many creators that post exactly what they're going through every single day. You only see a snippet. You only see what creators allow you to see. So yes, you may feel like you should be farther out in your life than where you are right now. But how do you know that? How do you know the people that you're watching didn't go through hell and back just to get where they are? You don't know. You just never know. With that being said, I want to make it known that it takes a lot of discipline to be consistent, because we want change without changing, and that's just not possible. So a reason why you may feel like you're just not as far as you should be is because something in your daily lifestyle, your daily routine is holding you back. So that pinpoint, that vision, that lifestyle that we see, that we want, and that where we feel like we should be, something within our daily lifestyle is keeping us from excelling to get there. If you want to switch in your lifestyle, you have to start incorporating new healthy habits, simply because you manifest your dream life by living your dream life. And let me elaborate on that. If you're not where you want to be, change what you're doing, because there's always something you can be doing when it comes to your development. A lot of us are lacking the discipline and not the motivation. Because are you actually showing up for yourself in all ways possible every single day? No. I mean, clearly not, because you clicked on this video. And I'm not just bashing you. It's simply because when I create these episodes, I'm talking directly to myself. So lately, I'm going to go back to last week because there was no podcast episode last week for y'all. So I had the motivation. The motivation was there. I knew exactly, like, I love podcasting, like, simple. I love podcasting, but I had so much motivation, but just didn't have the energy, the discipline to actually get up and do what I said I was going to do. Like, yes, I could say, oh, I'm going to wake up early. But then come morning time, baby, I am snoozing that alarm quicker than I could put it on. And last week didn't, benefit my development at all. I didn't do anything. I didn't post. I didn't do a podcast episode. Podcast episodes launch once a week, every Wednesday. Now, granted, week before last week, I didn't post it on a Wednesday. I posted it either on a Friday or Saturday, but that was just more so to hold myself accountable. Like, girl, you got 7 days in a week. You telling me you can't post once a week? What? So I posted it. Last week, I didn't even film it. So it was just more so like being consistent and taking disciplinary serious, because when it comes to being a leader and when it comes to being, I guess you can say self-employed, you are holding yourself accountable. There's nobody else to hold you accountable. You are the boss of yourself. So if you can't hold yourself accountable, what makes you think you deserve being way farther out on your journey than where you are right now? You don't even work for it. What? So I told myself, I was like, I have to do better. Last week was last week. We're going to leave the past in the past. We're going to acknowledge the past, but we're going to leave the past in the past. And we move forward. I'm going to emphasize this heavily. We move forward. The issue I feel like I personally have, I'll use me as an example, is let's say I promised myself that on Wednesday I'm going to post one podcast episode and I don't do it. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? We still got next Wednesday. We'll post next Wednesday. No. Post it tomorrow. post it on Thursday. You have to, whether it's last minute, the last hour, yesterday, last week, last month, whatever it is, don't let that affect your future. Don't repeat the same unhealthy habit that kept you stagnant last week, yesterday, last month, whenever it was. Don't repeat the same mistake. You want to move forward. You're going to be like, you know what? I didn't hold myself accountable yesterday. I'm going to make sure I do whatever I said I was going to do today. I'm going to make sure I post that podcast episode by Wednesday. And if I don't, I'm going to make sure I post it on Thursday. But you're never trying. Yes, you have to allow, room for error, and you may slip up. That's the beauty of life. You're going to slip up. Not even you're going to slip up. But it's how fast you're able to catch yourself. You're able to catch yourself from falling too deep, because once you get too deep, that's when you get stuck, and it's hard for you to get unstuck. I'm not sure. I don't think it was last podcast episode, maybe the episode before that, where I talked about fighting back against seasonal depression and spiritual warfare. You want to go ahead and tap into that video if you feel like procrastination is something that you struggle with. Whether it's procrastination and the lack of motivation, whatever it is that keeps you from moving forward, go ahead and check out that episode against fighting back, because that episode has some gems as to why we get in this funk. Because everybody has this. Even your favorite creators, they go through this, but they remain your favorite creators because they always show up. Whether they give themselves a day break, a week break, whatever it is, they make sure that they continue to show up because it's just something that they hold themselves accountable to do. So I do want to touch on burnout, because I feel like that is just something, as a creator, burnout is just, it's there. It's going to be there. It's always going to be there, but we just have to know why burnout happens. And if you're just starting out with content creating like myself, when we're just getting our feet in the water, or if you are an experienced creator and you experience burnout, I want to touch on why it happens. So burnout happens when you are going way too hard, way too fast. You can't go from 0% to 100% and expect your body to actually give 100% all of the time. You want to start gradually incorporating these new habits and new routine into your current routine, so that you give your body time to comprehend what's happening and how you go about living your new lifestyle. Because like I said, in order for you to start and to get that lifestyle and to manifest the lifestyle that you're dreaming of, you have to start living it. I want to elaborate on this, because I feel like there's probably going to be somebody that's given like, oh, so you're saying like, if I want to be an it girl, soft life lifestyle, go ahead and buy a Chanel on Afterpay right now. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that I'll use myself as an example, as I always do. I'm looking to be a big time podcast creator. I want Be the Villian to be big. Like, everybody knows, everybody can benefit from Be the Villian. Everybody benefits from Be the Villian, period. In order to get there, there's a lot of habits that I do naturally. I've always done them my whole entire life. It's harder to break bad habits than it is to acquire a habit. So some of you guys may know that I do actually have a 9-to-5, like regular job. But I say that I have two jobs. I want to give Be the Villian and my regular 9-to-5 the same amount of effort that I give each other. I want to give Be the Villian the same amount of effort that I give my 9-to-5. There we go. So last week, I didn't do anything for my business, like I said, but I still made sure I showed up to work. And why? I kind of made a schedule for myself to make sure that I have equal amount of time for both. That didn't happen last week. That did not happen last week. I slept in almost every day last week, pretty much missing my mark for anything to get done when it comes to Be the Villain. Like filming, I film before I work. And just last week, I would wake up like an hour before I had to work, or whatever, 30 minutes before I had to work, and just realize, yeah, I'm going to try again tomorrow. And it just happened again and again, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'll just do it on Wednesday, or I'll just make sure that I restart this week on Sunday. So me personally, I have a lot more work to do as far as incorporating healthier habits to make sure that I can Be the Villain where I want to get it. So yes, I know deep down inside that my podcast is going to be big and will get bigger, but it will only get bigger depending on the amount of effort that I put into it. And that's just something that takes a lot of self-reflection to realize. You have to realize where you're going wrong in your current, in your current era. Where are you going wrong to the point where you think that you're not where you're supposed to be? And me, I know that leaders, I think everybody knows this, in order to be a great leaders are early risers. Me, I have a hard time being an early riser. I'm going to keep it 100, but I'm working on that. It takes a lot of self-work. I love Victoria Monet's music, and it's this one song called The Glow. It was on Insecure. I found it on Insecure, so if you watch Insecure, you should know. Let me get the lyrics for y'all. To reach that upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. Tell me that ain't what I just said. Tell me that's not what I just said to y'all. Like, literally, to reach that upper level, your mind, body, and your soul must be one. So if your mind is constantly thinking about the future, because your soul's purpose is telling you will get this far, so you're constantly thinking about being that far, your body doesn't have time to comprehend that, because you snap back to reality and your body's like, baby, I'm still here. You have to sync all three together. It takes a lot of self-development, self-evolution, almost say discipline, okay? So your soul knows exactly your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, go ahead and listen to, I think it was my last podcast episode or the one before that. I don't know. When I was talking about finding your purpose and finally stepping into your purpose. So once your soul recognizes and acknowledges and just has a firm hold and grip on your purpose, your mind starts thinking about where you should be and not where you currently are. And that's where your body takes place, because your body is behind. Your body is in the reality. So you're daydreaming. You're constantly daydreaming about your future. Now, I understand. You're about to be big time. That's just no ifs, ands, or buts. But you constantly thinking about being big time and not making big time moves is what's setting you back. So in order to reach that upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. And in order to sync the three together, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of self-commitment, a lot of self-development, a lot of self-acknowledgement, and a lot of como se dice, discipline, okay? Like, you have to be disciplined. Being disciplined, it's a skill. Discipline is a skill that you build. It gets easier though, for sure. So I came across this word the other day, and it's called complacency. And I want to give you guys a definition of complacency, because that's exactly what a lot of us are going through right now. It says complacency is the self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies. Complacency and comfortability kind of go hand in hand, and let me tell you why. Because when you're comfortable, you are satisfied. You're satisfied with the deficiency of life that you're living. Okay. So on Saturday, my family and I were talking, and my mom goes, nothing about life is traditional right now. That's true. That's a fact. So again, I want to give y'all this lyric quote from this song by Mary Mary called Go Get It. It says, you were made to live a good life, and that's what I believe. So hit the floor, say a prayer, start working, because you got to do something. It's all right to crawl before you walk. It's all right to walk before you run. But if you want to get what you never got to do something that you never start. So like the song says, it's all right to crawl before you walk. It's all right to walk before you run. But if you want to get what you never got to do something that you never done. Y'all, it doesn't matter where you are. Just make some type of movement to your dream life. Stop. I understand it's cool. It's cool to dream about your dream life. Duh. It brings happiness. It releases endorphins. But it's not reflecting where you are right now. It's not. So go ahead and make those movements, make those steps, change your habits to get you where you want to be. Period. That's all that I have for today's episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We got 3 episodes that are coming out because I just filmed them, or I'm about to film them. So I will see y'all. Next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that, and I don't know, I will see y'all on Wednesday. I love y'all. Bye.